Hello, I'm Mrs. Manisha Pradeep Khaire, Faculty of Rasiklal M. Dhariwal College of Pharmacy, continues with the part 2 of pharmaceutical containers. First, we will see plastic as a material for pharmaceutical container. Advantages: they are light in weight and can be handled easily. They are poor conductor of heat. They have sufficient mechanical strength. They can be transported easily. They are unbreakable. They are available in various shapes and sizes. They are resistant to inorganic chemicals. They are resistant to protection power. There is no change of formation of flakes as it comes in glass container. Disadvantages of plastic container: they are permeable to water vapor and atmospheric gases. They cannot withstand heat without softening or distorting. They may interact with certain chemicals. They may absorb chemical substances such as preservative. They are relatively expensive, and special types of gum or adhesives is required for labeling plastic. Then we will see metal as a material for pharmaceutical container. Advantages: they are sturdy, they are impermeable to light, moisture and gases. They can be made into rigid, unbreakable containers by impact extrusion method. They are light in weight as compared to glass container. Labels can be printed directly onto their surface. Disadvantages: they are expensive, they may shed metal particles into the pharmaceutical product. They are not generally used for extemporaneous dispensing. They react with certain chemicals or drugs. Closures. Closures are the devices by means of which containers can be opened and closed. Proper closing of the container is necessary because it prevents loss of material by spilling or volatilization. It avoids contamination of the product from dirt, microorganisms or insects. It prevents deterioration of the product from the effect of the environment such as moisture, oxygen or carbon dioxide. There are 4 types of the closure: puck type, crown cap, push fit cap and screw cap. Push fit cap, they are simple, slide fit over the neck of the container. These are made up of plastic and are shaped in such a way that these must be stretched over the neck to fit to the container. Screw closer, it has 3 parts: cap, wad and liner. Cap, it is made up of tin plate or aluminium metal. This container is closed by screwing the cap on the neck. Blank cap is dropped over the neck of the container and threads are formed in it with the help of machine. Plastic caps are preferred for resisting corrosion and do not contaminate the product. Wad, it is a seal which prevents contamination of product. It is inert and material does not absorb the product. Rubber or silicone rubber is used for preparation of wad. Liner, they are made up of metal foils, rubber, plastic film and paper impregnated with suitable resin, wax or plastic. We will see rubber as a material for pharmaceutical packaging. Rubber is used mainly for the construction of closures which are meant for vials, transfusion fluid bottles, droppers and in many other types of the product. Rubber, it may be from the natural or synthetic source. Rubber should be soft, it should be quite elastic, it should not absorb the medicament. It should withstand the temperature and pressure of an autoclave. It should be compatible with the ingredients of pharmaceutical formulation. It should fulfill all the standards which are laid down by the pharmacopoeia. It should be impermeable to moisture and air. It should release only negligible amount of undesirable substance. We'll see advantages of aerosol. The medicament can be delivered directly to the affected area such as burnt skin and wounds, so it minimizes the discomfort caused by mechanical or manual application. Absence of air prevents oxidation of the product. The hydrolysis of medicament can be prevented. Drugs can be given by oral inhalation. The sterility of the product can be maintained. The application of medicament is easier. A fine mist is easily formed for inhalation purpose. Manual contact with medicaments can be avoided. Drugs given by oral inhalation do not pass through GIT, hence the chances of decomposition are less. Disadvantage of aerosols. Aerosols are costly in preparation. Most of the propellants are very toxic. The cooling effect of highly volatile propellants may cause discomfort on injured skin. Lot of difficulties are faced in aerosol formulation when the drug is not soluble in propellant. We will see formulation of pharmaceutical aerosol. It contains propellant, medicament and additives. Propellant, it develops a pressure in the container. Compressed gases such as carbon dioxide or nitrogen and liquefied gases like methane or ethane can be used as a propellant. Compressed gases are not commonly used. These days, propellants like trichlorofluoromethane, dichloro-difluoromethane, dichloro-tetrafluoroethane, they are used in pharmaceutical aerosols. Medicament to be propelled may be solid or liquid. It may be soluble in the propellant or insoluble in it. Additives such as solvents, antioxidants, surface active agent and flavoring agents are used. Then aerosol systems are of two types, two-phase system and three-phase system. First we will see two-phase system. Two-phase system is employed in cases where the product is a solid or insoluble in the propellant, or it is solid or liquid which dissolves in it. In the first case, solid is suspended in the propellant so that aerosol system will have one liquid phase and other gaseous phase. Second, three-phase system. Three-phase system is employed in cases where the product is immiscible with the propellant. The medicaments are dissolved in a liquid which does not mix with the liquefied propellant. Then containers which are used for aerosol. First, container, it is made up of metal such as tin-plated steel, aluminium and stainless steel, or it may be of glass or plastic. These containers can withstand the high pressure. Second part of aerosol container is valve. The valves used should be such that it can be easily opened and closed. It should also deliver the content in the desired form. So there are three types of the valve. First, continuous spray valve, metering valve and foam valve. Continuous spray valve, the medicament is expelled continuously as long as pressure is applied on the actuator. Metering valve, only a definite quantity of medicament is expelled when actuator is pressed. And foam valve, if the contents of the aerosol are required to form foam, a foam valve is used in that case. Then actuator is fitted on the valve stem. It helps in the easy opening and closing of the valve wherever it is required. There are three types of the actuator which can produce spray, fine mist or foam. Then deep tubes. The deep tubes are made up of polyethylene or polypropylene. The role of deep tube is to convey the liquid from the bottom of the container to the valve at the top. Then this deep tube prevents the propellant to come out without dispensing the content of the package. The deep tube should be extended almost to the bottom of the container. In case of the length of the deep tube is short, the contents of the aerosol container will not come out of it. However, if the deep tube is touching to the bottom of the container, it will block the passage of liquid. Thank you.